Why do people buy Tesla vehicles? Everyone may have different reasons, right? And for me, it's definitely AP, autopilot. This is one of the most functionality that I appreciate and I use almost every day because I drive a lot. I drive like around 50 kilometers to commute to work, and on the weekends me and my wife we would drive and go sightseeing, go to other cities in Taiwan. So since I got so much mileage, I've driven like 25 kilometers for the past 12 months, and it is very important to make sure the driving is enjoyable and pleasant. Particularly I have a lot of driving on the expressways and the highways, so AP autopilot is a very important feature that can reduce my fatigue, and basically I will work with the vehicle, let it drive itself, and I just monitor it, and it will help you relax a little bit. Of course, you need to be careful and you need to be touching the wheel, but the AP will help you to enjoy your ride more. And I tested Tesla's AP, and I also driven a Toyota. I think for the majority of the cases, the autopilot of Tesla is more trustworthy, it's more reliable, it's more stable. So it's really interesting because I have a colleague. He had the Model Y Performance. He has been driving it for a couple of months and even over a year, but he never used the AP. He never used the autopilot, which was very shocking to me because I use it and love it. I use it so often that it's basically my default mode whenever I go to any highways, right? And he's like really into having control of his vehicle. But anyway, some of the Tesla owners don't use this function. So in this video, I'm gonna share with you. You want to try it and see how much value you can get from this functionality. So first of all, your vehicle is parked. Make sure you click on the vehicle button and you go to autopilot. Make sure you enable this autopilot feature. It still says it's in beta, but just make sure you click on this one. And how do you activate it? I am driving a old Tesla. This is the 2020 Model 3, so I still have the stocks, right? So this is how you activate it. I like to, my preference is to set it to a single pull. So you just pull down this one and then you will activate the autopilot. It used to be like the default mode is double pull. So that means if you pull this stock once and then the vehicle goes to the cruise control mode. But since the AP is more pleasurable to use and very reliable, so I just set it to single pull. So I'll show you later. And here you want to set your speed, right? The two options. On the left is the speed limit, and that means when you pull the stock, the car will set the speed on the limitation of the speed of the road that you're driving. And this one on the right is the current speed. So that means, for example, you're driving like 80 kilometers per hour, and then if you set this one and then you pull the stock, you will set the maximum speed to your current cruising speed. I like to set to the speed limit, and here is a offset function. You can set the fixed speed, for example, plus or minus kilometers or miles per hour. I like to set to percentage, and I set to around like 5%. So that means, for example, I'm driving on a highway and I activate the AP, and then the speed limit is 100. Then when you pull the stock, the speed limit, the driving speed will be raised to 105 kilometers per hour. Okay, so now we are in the expressway. This is on my commute to work. So now if you see the screen, you will see a little gray icon on the top left with a handling wheel. That means that AP is available in current driving situation. Okay, and on the right you see the circle with a red lining. That is the current speed limits. And on the left you will see the number 84 in gray font, in gray color. That means once you activate the AP, what is the speed the vehicle is going to do, right? We talked about our settings earlier, right? Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna pull this stalk here once, then we will enter the AP mode. Okay, now I'm put my foot off the pedal, so the vehicle is keeping the speed on its own. And of course, you still need to place your hands on the handling wheel and gently apply a little bit of force, so the vehicle knows that you are having your hands on the wheel. And this is for the safety reason. And the Tesla system detects if you're doing so through the pressure sensor, so you need to keep your hands on the wheel too. So, and if you don't, the screen will flash in you'll see here the blue color will flash on the top of the screen. And then if you still refuse to cooperate, then the vehicle will drop out of the AP mode and you will be forbidden to use it for a couple of times. Okay, so we're on AP, and here is a button, a small wheel. Okay, you control the speed with this button. If you scroll up fast, then the incremental will be like plus or minus 5. So you scroll up fast, it plus 5. You scroll down fast, it minus 5. And you can fine-tune it with the speed through smaller incremental changes. See, hopefully you can see on the screen the speed is changing. Okay, and if you pull this wheel left and right, if you can see from here, that is the distance between you and the car in front of you. Okay, I'm changing to 2. Okay, 2 is the closest distance between you and the front vehicle, and I think the maximum is around 7, so the car will keep a much safer distance. Usually I set to 3 to 4. Okay, and for example, if you right now in front of me there's another vehicle and it's driving slower, so if you want to change lane, you need to exit the AP mode, and you can do so by 2 ways. The first way is to pull up the stalk. Okay, now I'm in the manual driving mode, so this is just like regular driving. Okay, let's go to AP again. And the other way of exiting the AP mode is pressing the brake pedal. Okay, let me try it. See? Now we are back to normal driving mode again. And the third way is to change lane. And you hit the turning signal and the vehicle knows you're changing. It will exit the AP mode automatically. Okay, see what I'm on the left? See, the vehicle knows I'm making a lane change, so it exits the AP mode automatically. And of course, if you want to go to AP mode again, you need to hit the stalk again. Okay? And so if you want to change lane quite often and frequently, this is not I would say you will need to exit and re-enter AP mode again and again, which is could be a little bit annoying at first, and but later, once you got used to it, it becomes instant. It becomes a second nature, and you forget about it. And so that's the basic AP, and that is probably also why some people chose to purchase the EAP, Enhanced Autopilot, or even FSD for self-driving. I'm driving behind a very slow car, and I can hit the left turning signal, and I change lane, and I need to reactivate AP again. But if you have the EAP, you don't need to exit the AP mode, and even the vehicle will change lane on its own. But I think for the majority of people, the autopilot functionality is more than enough to use. Okay, for the majority of people, and the AP is basically free. Well, not free, but it comes with any Tesla vehicle. So if you never try this, or you're considering getting a Tesla, definitely use this function and take advantage of it. Since I drive every day, and this is so useful. This is kind of like default mode whenever I go to any highway or I'm driving long distance, because this is so much, it's reduced so much stress or fatigue that you could accumulate on especially a long distance driving. And this is very smart, and it is safe according to the statistics, maybe much safer than how humans drive, right? And it is fun to use, and so I recommend you to use and take advantage of autopilot.